What we're going to do here is to take a look at the parabola and see what happens as we graph it. So our basic graph is y equals x. Did I hit the right button here? I gotta be sure. Y equals x caret there it is, square. And we'll graph our basic parabola, y equals x squared. Okay, so you got an idea. Its base is at the origin. And now what we're going to do is go back, and we'll keep that one, and we're going to put in there y equals x squared caret here, right there, but then plus 2. So we're in a sense going to do what to it? Let's take a look. We have moved our basic parabola from being at 0, the origin, up to the y-intercept of 2. So that's basically what that does. Now let's go back. Now for this first one, we'll keep all of those, but we're now going to do y equals 2x, the quantity squared. Now I'm going to take this one off. We know that I just raised it up, but we want to compare these two. This is y equals x squared. This is y equals 2x squared, and then plus 2 here. We got to put the plus in there. Okay, now let's see what it looks like. Oh, I did do something right here. Ah, no, this was only squared. Okay, I had that right. Sorry about that. Now, notice what happened. When we put the 2x instead of just the plain x, we created a new parabola that is closer now to your y-axis. So that brought the parabola in tighter. Now let's add y equals a negative x squared. Let's see what happens to that. Ah, so the red line is y equals x squared. The green line here is y equals a negative x squared. So apparently if we put a negative sign in front of the x value, it causes the parabola to open up downwards. Ah. And you think if it was a negative 2x squared, this purple line would be reflected downwards as well, but in close to the line that we have there. Okay, now the red line again was y equals x squared. Let's try. We'll put it up over here. Y equals, now let's go 1/2 x caret 2. Now, an interesting thing is sometimes we can predict what might happen here, and that's what we want you to do for a moment. Now here, if we had 2x, it made it more narrow, the parabola. And now we're saying 1/2 an x. What do you think it should do? Let's take a look at the graph. Ah, so there was y equals x squared. This is y equals 2x squared. And this is y equals 1/2 x squared. So what it's doing is it's broadening out the parabola. And let's just try one more. This is so interesting. Y equals 1 divided by, let's say, 12. Instead of 1/8, it's going to be, or 1/2, it'll be 1/12. Should really broaden it out. Let's check that out too. So x caret squared, and graph it. Yep, look at this. So as we see, and by the way, if we put a negative sign in front, it would just take these same parabolas and face them, or having them open downward. But as we get fractions here, the sides of the parabola broaden out, get further away. And if we said y equals 8x squared, that would be right in there, very, very, very close. And if we said y equals x squared plus 2, remember it raised it up. The plus 2 made it go this way. Okay, some things to remember. We're going to try a few more with parabolas. Now, in this next combination, here's our standard y equals x squared. But now we're going to have y equals, in parentheses, x minus 4, the quantity squared. Now, what do you think is going to happen there? I have an idea. Oh, interesting. Here is our first one. Now, when we had, and keep in mind, this one was, this is y equals x squared. And this is y equals x minus 4, the quantity squared. Again, we're looking for trends of things that would happen. And where this touches down at 0, 0, this one is touching down at a plus 4. But look at what we see in the formula. This is x minus 4. Well, this is because as we write this formula, it has the formula minus h. And if h is a 4, it goes into the formula x minus 4. So a shortcut way of interpreting this, if our variable is x minus 4, we're going to shift our parabola over 4 units to the right. That is the opposite sign of what is there. And the reason for that is, in the formula, It says x minus h, so minus. Now, how about if we had y equals x plus 4, the quantity squared? Let's check that one out. Now, if this holds true for this one, where this one actually went and touched down on a positive 4, if we have a positive 4 in the formula, where should this shift to? And it shifted to a negative 4. Okay. So again, we're learning things about parabolas here. Let's try one more thing. Now this was y equals x squared. Now suppose we put there plus 3. And on this one, let's put a minus 3. And on this one, let's put a minus 4. Now let's see what these do, because initially when we put a plus 2, it raised this up 2 units. What do you think it's going to do with these? Let's check it out. Ooh, so it raised this one, like we thought, up 3 units. This one, it was shifted over 4, but then down 3. This one was shifted over 4 this way, but down 4. So we see little modifications of our parabola formula does all of these things. And this is just going on 13 minutes. So that'll be our little lesson on this.